Hello, y'all. Welcome back to the podcast. So, on this episode, I'm going to break it down today. Some old school strategy that still works today. And we're going to be breaking down how you can get high ticket clients on Instagram for literally free. All it's going to cost is your time, effort, and energy. All right. So, I haven't made content like this in a really long time, but I used to make a lot of content like this on my Facebook group and in my Facebook profile and on Instagram stories, and it was always a hit. So I was talking to a client recently who just joined our program because she's basically using this strategy that I've taught for almost 4 years now. And she is a productivity coach, and she has like 3 or 5 high ticket clients at $3,000 each just based off of this. And I just think it's hilarious because, not her, I think she's amazing, but I think it's hilarious that people don't think that these methods don't work. I'm always going to say that they do work. You can't ever find me saying that cold outreach or organic marketing doesn't work. I'm literally here creating a podcast right now, y'all. Like, it definitely works. It's more about the long game. And if you are at a point where you don't have a proven offer, or you're brand new, or you're a little bit more early stage, this is going to be for you. And to be honest, even if you have an ad system and all this set up, you should still have knowledge on how to do this, because your ad account could get shut down one day for an unknown amount of time. So just understanding how to generate leads and traffic without the use of ads is really helpful. And it's kind of ironic because it's coming from the ad girl, but I think it's really important to understand, especially if some of y'all are newer stage listeners, on how to do this so that you can make some cash in your business, serve some people, get some social proof, and be able to invest in ads, because ads are definitely the fast path. But at the beginning, sometimes you just need a little bit of available grease to get the machine rolling. So I'm going to go ahead and dive right in, and we're going to talk about how to get clients from Instagram for free. Okay. So the first thing that I want you to do is you need to have an optimized bio. And an optimized profile. So on your Instagram account, your main photo, your profile picture should be a clear photo of you. It shouldn't be any like fuzzy or weird branded photo. It should be a photo of you. Clear photo, an iPhone photo works great. So the first thing that you want is a really clear photo of you, period. The second thing, when we think about optimizing your bio, is making sure that you speak to who it is that you serve and the results that you can get them, and then also having a clear call to action on how they can take the next step, because people will find your profile. I've had this happen so many times before I really ramped up my business, where people would book, when I used to do sales calls, they would book with me because I had a link in my calendar on my bio. So this could look a little something like this. I help new moms lose 15 to 20 pounds after having their first baby so that they can fit in their favorite jeans without giving up the foods that they love. Simple, right? So what it is that you do, who do you help? What's the result that you help them get, and how do you do it? Period. That's what you want in your bio. And then also have your name. There's also that searchable section for SEO. You want to make sure that you have like fitness coach or business coach or faith-based relationship coach, like whatever it is about your niche, have that in that little, it shows up on Instagram where it's like black in the name field. Have your name dash whatever type of coach or mentor or service provider that you are, so that when people are searching on Instagram, you'll actually come up for an SEO standpoint. Okay, so Instagram is SEOable, so make sure that you have that in your bio. So that's pretty much what you should have in your bio. The last part in the section where there is a link, you should definitely have a link. And right above that link, you should have a clear call to action with like a downward arrow saying, book your free discovery call, or apply to work with us inside of XYZ, or send the word clarity to have a conversation. Like whatever it is, you want to give them a call to action. What's working really well, to be honest, is either direct for them to like apply or book a call, or for them to send you a DM with a keyword. Okay, so if they want to get started based off of the result that you just proved and can provide for them, you want them to send a keyword like grind or freedom or faith or whatever it is that you help them with. Keep it short, and then you can have a conversation from there. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is now we have to actually have content on our platform. Okay, so if you have 5 pieces of content, I'm sorry, you got to put in a little bit more work. So I would say the minimum threshold is you really probably want 30 to 50 pieces of content. Now, I know that might sound exhausting, but to be honest, you can create 30 to 50 pieces of content in 2 weeks if you really focus, right? So I use Canva to create our content. I actually have a social media manager, so she does all of our actual like graphics now, but most of our captions I still write, and I have pretty much always written. So you're gonna really want to make sure that your profile looks professional, it looks like educational. And if I were to give you guys a quick tip, if you only wanted to create 2 types of content right now, I would focus on creating short form video content, and then so like 30 to 60-second clips. And from there, I would also focus on creating carousels. So carousels have been a complete game changer because it keeps them on the platform longer. So that triggers Instagram and the algorithm to show the content to more people. You're going to get more reach and impressions. So because people have to scroll, they have to scroll to read it. So the first, we could put an example of this in the show notes, and I'm going to put one of our examples from Instagram, and make sure you follow us over on there if you aren't, and like that post. But I'm going to put an example of a post that recently did really well. But on the front page, it's like how I did this XYZ. Or you could do something about how you got a result. You could do something about something really educational, or you can do a really bold statement, right? Like one of my bold statements recently was like, I shut down my Facebook group, and I told them why. Okay. So you want to, on that first, page of the carousel, that first swipe, you want something that's going to be really bold, and we found using text is really powerful. And then you want to go ahead and systematically, the next few slides explain, step 1, I did this, step 2, step 3, like it's basically a step by step. That's how our human brains work, and it's working really powerfully. And then that last carousel is like a call to action to comment below a keyword, or to apply to work with us in the link in our bio. You always want to have some sort of call to action, or it could be like, what was your biggest takeaway? But I find that especially if you are new, you want to have a mix of like, what's your biggest takeaway? And then also like book a call, or apply to work with us, or send me a DM telling them to do something next. Okay. So I would alternate your post between a short form video and a carousel, short form video and a carousel. Just go back and forth. And you should be able to do that within 2 weeks. Like it's not going to take that long, so that you look really prominent on social media. Now, if you already have a presence and you already have content, you can, take this and apply it, because what you want to do is get people to save and like and comment. And vanity metrics aren't that important, but they are a tether of whether your content's actually like getting shown. So if you're creating content that's shareable, that people are scrolling through from a carousel or watching, that means that you're going to get more people to actually see the content that you're already creating. So if you're going to create content, you might as well create the content that the platforms are prioritizing. So that's the next thing, is like you need to have good content, okay? And if you don't know what type of content to create, start on YouTube, how to lose weight, okay? If that's your niche, go look at the top 30 videos that show up. And then obviously, I wouldn't even recommend you watch the videos. I would recommend that you look at the titles and use that to help you form your title and your caption. And then from there, systematically write a piece of content about that topic that you're already an expert in, okay? And then you're just going to repeat that for each post. Okay, so if you could spend 2 to 3 hours a day on that, that could be helpful a few times a week. The next thing is, now that you're doing that, okay, so you're going to, over the next couple of weeks, you're going to be really posting, creating thought leadership, creating authority, all of that. And one little tip I will say too, I gave this feedback to one of my clients, she's a fitness coach, yesterday, is she was kind of posting some content around like 5 tips to a flatter stomach. I was like, no. That is not thought leadership. That is not going to get them drawn in or feel connected. They can Google that. So if somebody can like basically Google the exact title, like, now I wouldn't say like how to lose weight. I would start there when you're doing SEO research on YouTube or Google, or another site is Answer the Public. That's a great place to start, but you don't want to stay there, right? You want to see how your ideal client's speaking, what they're thinking, etc., but you don't want to stay there, okay? What you want to do is take it 1, 2, 3 levels deeper, okay? So an example, I could put on a headline for a carousel post on the first slide, and the first line of the caption is how, like, the most recent one I put is like how I generated nearly 40 high ticket clients in 8 weeks, and I want to show you how to do it too. That was really powerful, okay? So you just, instead of just saying how I got clients, I'm saying I'm giving an example, making it quantifiable, and showing them how I did it. Okay, so that was really powerful. So that's the next thing that you want to do. So get your profiles up to par as far as the content. The next thing is I want you to actually start leveraging hashtags so that you can find your ideal clients, okay? So a lot of times, and I was giving this feedback to my client last night, right? And I told her like the 5 tip this, 5 tip that wasn't helpful. And instead she said, you know, how I got a flat stomach without doing XYZ, and how you can too. That's way more powerful than 5 tips to a flat stomach, okay? You want to capture the reader. Now what you want to do, now we actually have to get traffic. We have to get people to your profile, okay? So video is going to work really great because video gets shown, and all the posts get shown on the Explore page if it's a really good post. But if you have a small audience to begin with, you actually have to physically build that audience yourself. So hashtags is a great place to start. Also your competitors' audiences. No need to reinvent the wheel. And I've said this before. Some people may feel like, oh my God, I don't want to follow the followers that follow my competitors. Why not? Your competitors, even if they have 1,000 people in their audience, more than likely they can't serve all 1,000 of those people right now. And all 1,000 of those people are probably following them, but they all haven't bought yet. No one person in their whole audience, every follower has bought. So I operate from a place of abundance, and you should too. So this is basically called like audience mining. So using your competitor's audience and going to their audience, looking at their followers, looking at people who've engaged with them, and essentially following those people and engaging with them because they've already done some of the heavy lifting and got those people over to them. So you can use that audience mining technique to bring those people to you. Okay, so that's the first place. That's how you're going to start to build your audience. So I would recommend following 20 to 30 new accounts every single day. And I don't recommend doing that follow for follow, unfollow. Just keep following them because eventually you're going to keep engaging them and you're going to go through and you're going to like, comment, and support them. And eventually they will follow you back, period. Okay. So I recommend 20 to 30 new accounts a day. Every day, not just 3 days a week, 2 days a week, every single day. If you have no clients, if you have no money for ads, you don't have a choice. Okay, period. So that's what I recommend. The next part of this is I want you to, when you're engaging with those accounts, truly engage. Don't just follow them and say, great pick or love your dog. Like actually go in, and if they answered a question, make a nice compliment, tag them. Don't go spamming them about your services, but like maybe the last 1 or 2 posts. It looks a little thirsty when people like the last 15 posts. Don't do that. But I would just say like 1, 2, or 3 posts, make a nice comment of like at least 5 to 10 words or more. And then like about 40 to 50% of those people are going to follow you back. So it's compound effort over time. This is exactly what I did to grow my audience, you guys, at the beginning. Okay. So this is really what's going to get you out of that stuck place if you're like really you don't have the revenue or the clients that you want. Okay, so, because here's the thing. In order to get engagement, you have to give it. You have to give it, okay? And a lot of people forget that. They think that they post a piece of content and they should get 1 million likes. That's not how it works, baby girl. I wish, but that's just not how it works. Okay, so there's that. The next thing is I want you to put yourself on a cadence. So some people, if you feel great, you can reach cold outreach right away. I don't have a problem with cold DMs. Some people do. It's not gross. Like if you're being gross about it, then yeah, it's gross. But if you're reaching out and being kind, building rapport and building a relationship, there's nothing gross about it. I think one of the biggest mindset shifts that people need to shift into and realize is that social media is meant to be social, period. It's meant to be social, and it's also meant to sell your services, right? Where do you buy your stuff? Do you buy your stuff online? Okay, then cool. So you get to sell your stuff online. Now you don't get to be nasty or icky about it. I don't think that's going to be helpful, but realizing that social media is a place to be social and interact. And also, it's your due diligence if you have a problem or if you have a solution to your ideal client's problem to present that solution, period. That's my due diligence. That's my full body hell yes belief, is that if my goal is to impact 1 million women to create wealth, then I need to get in front of 1 million women all day long to show them that I can support and serve them. Now, we do this fast because we use ads, but if you're not in that place yet, or you are just validating your offer, or you're brand new, this is a great strategy to do it, okay? So you give engagement and you get it back, and sending a cold DM can look just like this. So if somebody follows you back, now I wouldn't send it to people starting off that don't follow you back, but I would send it to people that do follow you back to start. And it can look like this. You can say, hey, Lattice, just send them a message just like that. I know that sounds weird. Just do it. Just do it. Trust me, you guys. I own the trademark Conversations That Convert because I am the fucking champ of this, okay? Just send a message. Hey, what led you to follow me? Hey, name by itself. Just be really simple. And then they're going to say, hey, Lattice back. They're going to respond. Okay? And then from there, you're going to go through a series of 5 different things. First thing you're going to do in these conversations is build relationship and rapport. The second thing that you're going to do, well, it's relationship, it's rapport, then relationship, right? Then you're going to identify if they're the right fit, right? Make sure that they're the right fit. And then from there, you're going to make an invitation, right, for them to get on a call with you, and then you're going to lock that call in, right, or lock that application in. For most of you, you're probably going to be doing sales calls at the beginning. And most of you guys are probably still doing sales calls at this point. Well, if you're making $5K a month, $20K a month, $50K, most of you are doing sales calls. Okay, so you're going to build rapport, build a relationship, analyze if they're the right fit, make an invitation, and then lock it in. Okay, and a percentage of those people are not going to respond. A percentage of those people are not going to book a call with you. That's okay. But when you're going through it, qualifying them to see if they're going to be a good fit for you, and if you want to know how to do this with a template and in detail, we're going to go ahead and post in the show notes. You can grab my $37 little mini course. It's called Conversations That Convert. It literally teaches you how to do this step by step. Everything I'm talking about today teaches you how to do step by step. Okay? How to have the conversations, how to search, all of that. Okay? So from there, what you're going to do, right, is then you're just going to do it at volume. So now if you follow 20 to 30 accounts over a 7-day period, 140 people, you're probably going to get about 50 to 60 of those people follow you back. Now you have 50 to 60 new leads. Okay? So you have to look at people as potential people that you can work with. And you're not going to know that until you have a conversation with them. That's why it's called Conversations That Convert into sales, into calls, into applications. Okay? Because even me at the level that I'm at, which is still really small compared to all the people in the world, like, people aren't necessarily searching for Lattice Hudson, right? They have a solution or they have a problem and they're looking for the solution, and I may be the right person for them. But regardless, no sale happens without a conversation. The conversation can be automated, it can be manual, it can be by you, it can be by somebody called a lead generator, which if you got a little bit of money to spend, I recommend you go on Upwork, find somebody to do this for you. Literally. Now, they may not be able to do the full conversations yet, right? But I call them, like, if you want them to generate the leads for you, like the hardest part, the time that takes a lot of time, the hashtags, the outreach, the initial outreach, the hashtags and the following, hire somebody. You can get somebody for, $9, $10, $12, right? And maybe other countries, it depends on how you want to do that. But there's opportunities that it's not going to cost you that much. You can spend $50 a week, get somebody to do this for 3 to 5 hours, and then you're in business. That's 3 to 5 hours back in your pocket. So if your time is worth more than $10 or $15 an hour, then I'd recommend you hire somebody that can help you with this. Now, they can be U.S., Philippines, it doesn't matter, right? But I want you to find somebody that can do that for you. And then when you're going to hand it off to them, give them a list of 50 hashtags, 50 competitors, 30 competitors. So now all you got to do is, like, they clock their time and they're doing it every day. You'll see your account growing. Literally, that's what I did, you guys. I hired Ria. She's amazing, from the Philippines. She helped me crush it at the beginning. I don't currently use her in my business anymore, but for about 2 years, she helped me grow my Instagram account. And it wasn't through bots. It was all manual effort. She was amazing. Okay, so if you want to do it for free, then you're going to be the one to do it. But if you have a little bit of a budget, Hire somebody to just do the lead gen for you, and then you have the conversations. And then eventually you can hire somebody called an appointment setter or a DM closer that can have the conversations for you. So there's levels to this. Get your first 3 to 5 clients, bring some people in, and then from there you get to reinvest those profits back into your business, into ads, into more team members, etc. Okay, so this is the compound effect. This is exactly how I blew my business up from 3K to 20K a month in 1 month in 2019. Literally, I went from like 3K a month to 20K a month in like 1 month overnight, because I did this exact system. I woke up every day, did my outreach, did my cold DMs, commented and liked, followed back, sent DMs, had sales calls, went to repeat. Then I had a 5K sale. Then I had a 3K sale, a $7,500 sale. Like, it was like, right? I was being who I wanted to be, and I was taking the action that I needed to take to get the results that I wanted. Because here's the thing, the actions that you took last month is the results that you're going to get this month. Okay? And it happens quick, you guys. This still works. Cold outreach is there for a reason. At some point, right, if you don't have a lot of money, then you have to use your time. If you don't have a lot of time, then you have to use money. But it's basic principles of business, okay? So I just wanted to share this with you guys because this works like a charm, and it's not necessarily, we definitely don't do this in our business anymore, but when we're at that point at the beginning, the first year or two, when we had to build our audience and build our sales call pipeline, this is what we did. Okay, so I hope y'all found this helpful. Let me know over on Instagram if you found this helpful. And if you got $37, definitely grab Conversations That Convert. It'll definitely help you frame these conversations in the DMs. It'll basically give you guys everything I gave you in this podcast, but like on a deeper level. It'll take you about not even 2 hours to get through Conversations That Convert, and then you literally can go implement. One of my longest standing clients, Jay, she literally found me from my $37 product, and she went and made, I think she sold 2 high ticket clients in the next 7 days. It was crazy. Something like that. So this is the magic, you guys. If you want clients for free, this is how you do it, honey. And you can take the same concept and apply it on Facebook. Instead of following people, you just add people as friends. Recommended friends, Facebook groups, it all works, okay? So go get some money, honey. Go get some clients, and let me know how it works for you. All right, I'll see you guys in the next episode.